Hi, and welcome to another video on English for Engineering. I'm Sharif Ismail, an English language fellow here in Mongolia. Let's look at this picture here and see what we have. What do you think we have here? That's correct. We have mineral water. This is not just regular water, this is mineral water. That's why it's probably more expensive than just regular water. Where is mineral water extracted from? That's correct. Mineral water is extracted from springs. Mineral water from natural springs commonly has a high content of calcium carbonate, magnesium sulfate, potassium, and sodium sulfate. So this water has a lot of minerals in it. Minerals. Let's talk about mining engineering. Here we have the word mineral. Mineral, like we saw in the mineral water, the water has different minerals. Minerals can be found anywhere around us, on the ground, in the mountains, in the oceans, in the springs, in the lakes, even in our body, we have minerals. Mine. The mine is the site where we extract minerals. Mining. Mining is a type of industry where we extract minerals to be used in our daily life. So these three words are related to each other. So when we think about mining, why is it called mining? Because it refers to the word mineral. Here we have different types of minerals in the picture. Do you recognize any of them? What do you think is the most popular mineral here in that picture? It's gold. What is a mineral? A mineral is a naturally occurring inorganic solid with a defined crystal structure and chemical composition. It occurs in nature. It's inorganic. It's solid. It has a chemical formula. It has a crystal structure. Okay. The minerals in the water, they're very tiny. We cannot see them. Minerals can be found around us everywhere, and that's why it's very important that we extract these minerals so we could use them in our daily life. We see here mine minerals make our day every day. The cell phone that we hold in our hands, it has the glass, it's made of some type of mineral. The connectors, the calculator, all of these things that we see in the picture are made of minerals. And that's why extracting these minerals is very, very important. In the mine operations, there are three main types of engineering. There's mechanical engineering, and mechanical engineers take care of all the machinery or all the heavy trucks that move the rocks and move the minerals around the mine. And therefore, we need mechanics to work on these vehicles in case they uh, break down. It's very important also to maintain these vehicles in the mine, so you make sure that these vehicles are in working conditions. We also have electrical engineering. We need electrical engineers in the mine because the mine needs a lot of power to be run, and we need a lot of electricity. So having professional electrical engineers to be in charge of this task is very important. And finally, mining engineers. Mining cannot happen without mining engineers. We'll find out why soon. If we have a picture from a mine, there's a huge amount of power that's being produced at this mine, and that's why it's very important to have electrical engineers to make sure that it's safe um, to produce this power and maintain this power. We also have a mine design. This mine design is designed by a mining engineer. Here we have some heavy machinery. These heavy trucks, they move the rocks and the minerals around the mine from the mining site to the plant. Let's look at the job responsibilities of mining engineers. What do mining engineers exactly do? Mining engineers assess the commercial potential of a new mine. So let's say you know that there's gold somewhere in the mountains. Then you need to call a mining engineer and ask them to help you uh, assess the commercial potential of the new mine site. Is it worth it to do some mining in this site, or it's not worth it. Usually, if there's enough gold in that site, then the mining engineer would give you advice to start a mining business at that mine. But if it's a very small amount of gold, then it's not worth it. But then again, you have to have probably a geologist come in and work with you, and you'd have to have a mining engineer come and work with you. Usually, mining engineers and geologists and other professionals work together to decide and assess the commercial use of a new mine site. Asserting the risks associated with the new site. Also, the mining engineer would be able to give you advice on how safe or how risky it is to start a mine in that location. The mining engineer would carry out surveys. They will make a survey of the whole mine. They will also produce models and plans, just like an architect. They will make planning and designs for the infrastructure of the mine. The mining engineers would also be able to advise you on the equipment needed and the safety procedures at that mine. Mining engineers also, like we mentioned before, work with other professionals like geologists and construction staff. Geologists will be able to test the mineral at the site and decide um, what are the other minerals that are at this site. The mining engineers also monitor productivity and safety reports. Let's look at some mining vocabulary words. Here we have the word mining, coal, mine, haul truck, rock drill, power plant. This is where the minerals get processed from rocks. Helmet for safety, spade. This is in traditional mining long time ago. And a miner. Also, nowadays we don't have miner workers do the excavation and collect the rocks. Now we have a heavy machinery that do that, so it's faster and more efficient. Let's look at more vocabulary words. We have the word extract, ore, pit, excavation, workings, diggings, load, seam, deposit, and shaft. These are very specialized mining vocabulary words. Let's look at each of them. Here we have the word ore. What is an ore? An ore is a rock that contains enough metal or metal compounds so that it can be mined profitably. So, for example, if you have a gold ore, you can extract this gold and sell it. Extract. What's the meaning of extract? Extract is to remove or take out, especially by effort or force. For example, this rock here has gold. We extracted this gold to look like a gold bar, right? So we extracted the gold from the rock. Pit. What's a pit? A pit is an excavation or service mine, typically open to the air, used for extracting minerals or other geological materials. There are different types of um, mines, and we're going to look at this later on. But one of these types of mines is service mine. So this is a service mine. Service mine is a mine that you can see. It's above the ground, not underground, just like the one in Erdenet. Excavation, the act or process of digging, especially when creating a hole, trench, or cavity in the ground for various purposes such as mining or construction. We see here this heavy machine or heavy truck is excavating, making holes in the ground to extract minerals. Sometimes we use explosions to extract the minerals or to do excavation. Workings, as we see here in the picture, workings is the underground tunnels, or the underground tunnels, shafts, and chambers of a mine where mining operations take place. Usually, this happens in underground mines, just like coal mines, for example, not the service mines. Diggings, like we mentioned in excavations, diggings, it's an informal term for mining or excavation site, often used in reference to gold or other precious metal exploration. Let's look at the picture here, and we see coal seams here underground. See that? Sandstone, uh, sandstone here. But here we see the coal seams, and here it seems that there is mining going on to extract this coal from the under the ground. So, what is a seam? A seam is a bed or layer of mineral, especially coal, that is typically horizontal and distinct from the surrounding rock. Shaft. Shaft is a vertical or inclined passageway in a mine, typically used for access or ventilation, just like this. Deposits. We see here in the picture we have gold deposits or gold vein. So the gold is all concentrated in this area right here. So a deposit is a naturally occurring concentration of minerals, ores, or other valuable materials that can be extracted economically. Lode or vein, just like we saw here, this is a vein of mineral, means meaning all the minerals are collected together in this thing that looks like a human vein. So a vein or lode is a deposit of valuable mineral, often found in a crack or fissure within a rock, just like this. Can you see this? Possibly. If you go to a mine, you'll be able to see this. Okay. Here are all the words with their definitions. Maybe if you want to pause the video and write down these definitions, that'd be good because we're going to have a quiz on this later. We mentioned before there are different types of mines. Here we have a service mine, just like the one in Erdenet, meaning we're extracting the minerals from the surface of the ground. Okay, this is service or open pit mine. Here we have a slope mine. It's an underground mine. We're extracting minerals from the bottom of the ground or underground, just like coal. And here we use ventilation fan and the main entry. Okay, this is the main entry of the mine. Here we have a drift mine. Drift mine, we extract the minerals and we send them to the plant. Again, it's you have to go through a tunnel to extract this mineral. So it's not a service mine. It's not a slope mine. It's a drift mine. Vertical shaft mine, which is underground mine. We have an air shaft and main shaft, and the minerals are extracted from underground. This happens in when we mine for coal. Now we have new technology, and we're going to talk about this in details in a different video when it comes to technology being involved in mining nowadays. A lot of technology has been involved in mining nowadays, including usable renewable energy to generate power to the mine, such as solar power and windmill power. Automation. Now, a lot of engineers in some countries supervise and maintain automation, observing all the mining operations from a screen or from a monitoring room. Um, Everything has been processed through robots and artificial intelligence. Here we have high accuracy GPS, all these trucks, and they're being moved by a controlling room. There is no driver in them. So the guy who's sitting here in the controlling room, he's controlling all these trucks moving the rocks to the mining plant. And these cars have GPS. Also, drones are being used for various purposes. So this is just an example of a smart mine. You can also look this up on YouTube, smart mining. Okay, it's time for a quiz. So I want you to pause the video, read these questions, and choose the correct answer. Okay, now it's time to check your answer. Go ahead and pause the video, check your answers, make sure you get the correct answer. Here we have quiz 2. I want you to pause the video, look at these questions, supposedly very easy questions. So pause the video, find the correct answer. Now check your answer. Now I have a research task for you. I want you to read these questions and do some research and answer these questions, and come and discuss them in the class. Can you name 3 common minerals that are extracted for various purposes? Describe the process of extracting minerals from the earth. How are minerals used in everyday life? Give examples. What role do minerals play in the production of electronic devices? And finally, I have a video for you from a copper mine in Zambia. And the guy in this video explains exactly how is copper being extracted from A to Z. So go ahead and scan the code, watch this video, and tell me what you think. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.